In the heart of Starleaf Forest, where every leaf shimmered like emerald glass, lived a fairy named Aurelia. She wasn't the tallest, she wasn't the fastest, but she had the gentlest wings in all the fairy kingdom, soft gold with tiny white sparkles. Aurelia's job was simple yet magical. She collected wishes. Every time a child whispered a wish into the sky, "I wish my mother would smile again. I wish I had a friend. I wish I could be brave," Aurelia would hear it as a tiny bell ringing in her heart. She would pick up each glowing wish bubble and store it inside the Garden of Wishes, a secret place hidden behind vines of starlight. Aurelia loved her task, but she secretly wished for one thing: to grant a wish myself. Fairies like her were only allowed to collect wishes, not grant them. One evening, as the moon rose high and the forest glittered silver, Aurelia heard something new. Not a wish, not a bell, but a cry, a long trembling cry that echoed through the trees. Aurelia flew toward the sound, following the shimmering trail of the wish glow. It led her to a tiny girl sitting on an old wooden bridge, feet dangling over the river. The girl whispered through her tears, I wish someone would find my mother. She's lost." Aurelia's heart tightened. Wishes for toys, pets, or bravery she heard all the time, but this one felt different, deep, heavy, full of fear. She reached out to collect the glowing wish bubble, but it did not float into her hands. It stayed still, shaking as if refusing to be taken. Aurelia gasped, "What's happening? Wishes always come to me." A cold wind brushed her wings. A dark, fluttering shadow passed overhead. Something was wrong in the world of wishes. Aurelia rushed back to the Garden of Wishes. But when she arrived, her heart sank. The garden was losing its light. The glowing wish bubbles, usually floating like soft lanterns, were dimming. Some flickered weakly, some cracked, some had already popped. This has never happened," she whispered. Then she saw it. At the center of the garden stood the great wish tree, the ancient tree that kept all wishes alive. Its golden bark was turning black. A voice spoke from behind her. "Aurelia," said Elder Fae, the wisest fairy in the forest. "The wishes are growing weaker because the shadow thief has awakened." Aurelia's wings fluttered. "The shadow thief steals the deepest wishes, the ones made with true fear. If we don't stop it, all wishes will fade." Aurelia clenched her tiny fists. "I have to stop him. I must protect the children's wishes." The elder fairy shook her head. "You are only a collector. You cannot grant, heal, or fight." But Aurelia lifted her chin, eyes glowing with determination. "I may be a collector, but even collectors can be brave." Aurelia flew through the forest, wings beating fast. The wind grew colder, trees twisted into darker shapes. The sky dimmed until only her soft golden glow remained. At the edge of Starleaf Forest, she found the entrance to a dark cave, the Cavern of Lost Wishes. Apple mist seeped out like smoke. Inside, whispers echoed, "You're too small, too weak, too scared." Aurelia's wings trembled, but she remembered the little girl's wish. She stepped inside. As she flew deeper, she saw hundreds of wishes trapped inside dark vines. Wishes for missing parents, wishes for safety, wishes for help, all drained of light. Suddenly, shin! A shadow streaked across the walls. Red eyes glowed. A voice hissed, "So, you are the fairy who dares enter my cave." The shadow thief rose into view, a tall swirling creature made of darkness, with wings like torn cloth. "Why do you steal the wishes of children?" Aurelia demanded. The creature laughed. "Because deep wishes are powerful. Fear, sadness, longing. I feed on them." Aurelia glowed brighter. "You cannot take what belongs to their hearts." The shadow thief lunged. Aurelia darted upward. "Give back the lost wishes," she cried. But the shadow thief surrounded her with darkness. "You are small," he hissed. "You cannot shine." Aurelia felt her glow fading, but then she remembered something, the girl's voice on the bridge. "I wish someone would find my mother." It wasn't just a wish, it was a call for help. Aurelia's heart burned, her glow flared. "I will shine," she shouted. Aurelia pressed her hands over her heart and whispered, "I believe in every child, and every wish, and every hope." A golden crack of light burst from her chest, then spread to her wings, then filled the whole cavern. The shadow thief shrieked as the light struck him. "This cannot be! You are only a collector." Aurelia hovered tall and bright. "I collect dreams, I protect dreams, and dreams make me strong." Her light shattered the vines. The trapped wish bubbles floated free, glowing once more. The shadow thief dissolved into tiny wisps that blew away like dust. Aurelia fell to her knees, glowing softly but steadily. She had done it. She had granted a wish, the wish for help. Aurelia returned to the Garden of Wishes. The moment she flew inside, the wish bubbles glowed bright again. The great wish tree shone gold from root to branch. Fairies gathered around her, amazed. Elder Faye stepped forward. "Aurelia, you have done what no collector has ever done. You followed your heart, you faced the darkness, you granted hope." The garden's lights rose into the sky, sparkling like stars. Aurelia bowed her head shyly. "I only wanted to help a child. And that," the elder smiled, "is what makes you a true fairy of light." She touched Aurelia's forehead. A golden crown appeared, tiny, delicate, shimmering like morning sun. Aurelia glowed brighter than she ever had before. Aurelia flew back to the girl on the bridge. The girl still sat there, hugging her knees. A soft golden light floated toward her. Aurelia whispered a blessing, and the light traveled across the river. From around the bend came a voice. "Lila? Lila, are you there?" The girl gasped. "Mom!" Aurelia's heart warmed as the girl ran into her mother's arms. The girl looked up at the sky and whispered, "Thank you." Aurelia smiled and spread her wings. Some wishes, she realized, don't need magic, just love, bravery, and a fairy who believes in them. She flew into the night, glowing like a tiny star. Moral of the story: no matter how small you feel, your kindness can light up someone's darkest moment.